Second day on Mars. Everything still feels so unfamiliar. Fears begin to surface in sleep.
Day 2 on Mars. I thought I would get used to the silence, the stillness. I spent years preparing for this, mentally conditioning myself for the isolation, the harsh environment, the endless expanse of red dust. But nothing prepared me for the night. Last night, I barely slept. When I did, the nightmare came. It wasn't just any dream. It was as if my mind had slipped into the void itself. I was floating, weightless and helpless, through the vast emptiness of space. There was no gravity to pull me down, no anchor to reality. My lungs burned, aching for air, but there was none. I tried to scream, but silence swallowed every sound. It was suffocating, not just physically but mentally, like I was fading away into nothingness. My body was drenched in sweat when I woke up, heart pounding like an alarm that wouldn't stop. For a few terrifying seconds, I couldn't remember where I was. Mars? Space? Home? My mind was too scrambled to grasp the truth. Reality settled slowly. The base was quiet, humming with the soft, persistent drone of life support systems. I tried to breathe evenly, convincing myself that it was just a dream. But it didn't feel like just a dream. It felt real, tangible, like I had genuinely been out there, lost in the endless vacuum. I knew something was wrong. Later, I dragged myself to the common area, where the AI system was running its usual diagnostics. Its synthetic voice greeted me as I stumbled in, half awake. Good morning. Sleep quality, inadequate. Vital signs indicate increased adrenaline levels and elevated heart rate. I forced a weak smile. Yeah, didn't sleep well. Nightmares. The AI continued, its tone calm and mechanical. Would you like to log the content of your nightmares for analysis? My stomach tightened. Log it? I didn't want to revisit it. I shook my head. No, I don't think talking about it will help. Psychological analysis suggests that verbalizing traumatic experiences can reduce emotional burden. I hesitated. Was it trauma or just anxiety? Maybe both. It wasn't just any dream, I finally admitted. I was floating, out there, in the void. No control, no breath, just silence. I thought I was dying. The AI processed my words for a moment. This could be symptomatic of spatial anxiety or prolonged isolation syndrome. Astronauts often report feelings of helplessness when adapting to extraterrestrial environments. I looked around the room, at the sterile walls and the faint blue lighting. It all felt so cold, so uninviting. I knew isolation would be hard, I said softly, but I didn't think it would get to me this soon. It's like my mind is already unraveling. I didn't respond. Grounding? Reality? I wasn't sure what reality even felt like anymore. I wandered back to my quarters, clutching the small framed photo of Earth. My family had insisted I take it with me, a small, comforting reminder of home. I traced my fingers along the curve of the planet in the image, the vibrant blue and green swirls that looked so impossibly alive compared to the rust-red world outside. It's only day 2, I whispered, and I'm already falling apart. I picked up my journal, unsure whether writing it down would help or just make it feel more real. Still, I forced myself to put pen to paper. Day 2 on Mars. Last night, I had a nightmare that shook me to the core. It wasn't the fear of death that haunted me, but the sheer emptiness, the nothingness that stretched on without end. My mind tells me it was just a dream, but my body refuses to forget the feeling of suffocation. As I wrote, I felt the tension in my chest loosen just a little. Maybe the AI was right. Maybe putting it into words took away some of its power. I leaned back against the wall, eyes heavy but mind too restless to sleep again. Eventually, I made my way to the communication hub to record a mission log. The small screen flickered on, showing my tired reflection. I hesitated before pressing the record button. Mission log, day 2. Sleep is becoming a problem. I didn't expect nightmares to hit me this soon. Maybe it's just the stress of adapting to this place. Or maybe it's something deeper. Fear of isolation? Fear of being so far from home? I paused, gathering my thoughts. If anyone finds this log, just know that no amount of preparation truly gets you ready for the silence. It's louder than you think. And the nightmares. They make you doubt your own sanity. I need to find a way to ground myself before I lose it. Turning off the recording, I closed my eyes and focused on my breathing. Long, slow inhales and exhales. I needed something to anchor me, something real and tangible. The loneliness of space felt like it was seeping into my bones, gnawing at my resolve. In the evening, I forced myself to try meditation. Sitting cross-legged on the floor, I whispered to myself, I'm not drifting. I'm grounded. I'm here. Mars is real. The base is real. My breath is real. I am in control. The words sounded hollow at first, but with repetition, they began to hold weight. The room felt calmer, as if it too acknowledged my struggle. Faintly, through the reinforced walls, I could hear the wind brushing against the metal exterior, soft, like a distant whisper. I opened my eyes, looking out at the dusty landscape through the small window. Maybe this place isn't trying to haunt me, I murmured. Maybe it's just testing me. I'll find a way to make peace with it. As night fell, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching me through the darkness. Was it just my mind playing tricks? Or was there truly something lurking beyond the red dunes? The silence grew thicker, and the faint whispers seemed to dance just outside the walls. I promised myself to venture out tomorrow, to face whatever it was. Maybe understanding Mars would mean understanding my own fears. Tomorrow, I'll confront it head-on.